offering this series in partnership with the statewide Hispanic Chamber of Commerce today. This is part 2 of our Ready, Set, Goal series meant to prepare Newark businesses for World Cup opportunities. The statewide chamber, Hispanic Chamber, has been traveling the state over the past 2 years, really trying to help businesses and communities prepare for the World Cup and what the World Cup means for business. And so we're really happy that we're able to bring them here to Newark for a dedicated series to understand these opportunities. The other thing I wanted to share is that we have, with the support of JP Morgan Chase, we have a grant opportunity for business owners to take advantage of. So there is a, in the Eventbrite for every World Cup Ready training program, there is a link to our World Cup Ready grant program. It's also here, there's a QR code, you can scan it to apply. The prerequisites are that you are a Newark-based business and that you attend at least one of these training programs. So kudos, everyone here who attended today. You've met that eligibility requirement. We have a pot of $75,000. And we have each grant can be up to $5,000. So we've got 15 grants available. So it is a competitive application, but we really wanted to promote the grant today so you know about it and that you apply. The deadline is April 20th. And again, the idea is that you have to be specific in your application. Are you using it for marketing? Are you using it to buy a TV screen? Are you using it to buy promotional items or materials? We're very open to what you use it for, but you just have to make the case in your application of why it's going to help your business during World Cup and what your specific plan is. So definitely apply for that. Also want to just thank a couple other folks. So I want to thank, again, JP Morgan Chase for supporting this program, LISC New Jersey for supporting this program, and the statewide Hispanic Chamber for being our partners. So without further ado, and I want to thank El Criollo, our wonderful host. They're amazing. They're a local business owner that has been through a lot of our InvestNewark's programs, and we appreciate being here with them today. So I'm going to introduce next Elise Charters, who is a board member of the statewide Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and she's also our first presenter for today. So come on up, Elisa.
Thank you so much. And, this is such a wonderful opportunity. Newark is near and dear to my heart. I went to college here. I lived in Newark for several years. I went to NJIT through their Educational Opportunity Program, and I've been very actively involved at NJIT on its board. And just creating pipelines for students to, learn STEM in higher education. But additionally, I serve the statewide Hispanic Chamber Board, and what a beautiful venue this is. This is one of our members, El Criollo, and like it says here, become part of our familia, and it really is a familia. We're open to all different types of businesses, Main Street businesses, e-commerce businesses, service businesses. So we're here to support you. We have amazing programs, training programs that will help you, you know your business well. But there are certain aspects that we all don't know. As entrepreneurs, we wear so many different hats and we have to manage a lot day in and day out. And the statewide Hispanic Chamber offers so many incredible programs to support your long-term success. So I highly, highly recommend it. They also provide bilingual services in those training programs. So if you or others that you know that are business owners need support, definitely reach out. I also want to thank Invest Newark for this opportunity to partner on behalf of the statewide Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And I'd like to give a round of applause to all of the people here today that put this event together for all of us to be successful. So if you wouldn't mind, let's give everybody a round of applause. These types of activities, funding, training, outreach, networking, connectivity, it doesn't happen by accident. It happens because people really care about our success and what that means to not just to our businesses, but to our families, to our lives, to our personal endeavors, our professional endeavors. And so we're all an ecosystem, we're all a familia, and please think about joining the statewide Hispanic Chamber because it really is a truly amazing place that can support your dreams and aspirations. Okay, so do I start with the program now? Okay, let me just get the all right, so ready, set, goal! um, so yeah, so here today we're talking about being World Cup ready, and I'm really excited. Gus Luis de la Hoz, who is our chair of Statewide Hispanic Chamber, and Gus Panoranda, the three of us have actually been very actively involved over the last 3 years. 3 years trying to engage small businesses in the state of New Jersey to get ready for World Cup. We've worked closely with the host committee, and we've had monthly meetings with every Chamber of Commerce throughout the state, just to make sure that we could have impact. And I'll tell a little bit more about this story. But I think at the end of the day, we've had impact, I would say somewhere between 10 and 15,000 businesses. Now, the state of New Jersey has 950,000 businesses throughout the state. So we've had an impact, but this is what we do at Grassroots, and I think the impact we've had has been quite meaningful. Do I have to point this way? Am I going the right direction? Oh, here we go. Sorry, I was going in the wrong direction. Okay, so yes, Elisa Charters, Gus Panaranda. These are our QR codes if you want to get in touch with us. And I represent today in this presentation, I'm representing Juegos AI Lab, but also Latina Surge. That's why I'm part of the statewide Hispanic Chamber, because I've been an advocate in the state for 30 years to ensure inclusion and participation by businesses throughout the state. And Gus will present himself, and we'll talk about his experience at Bovade and the Unity Chamber. Okay, so this is a QR code. When you watch that video, you don't have to do it now, but it'll say Juego.Juegos. That was our original name. We just rebranded to Juegos Social. The Juegos AI Lab is the overall company, but we have multiple innovations. And they all developed out of NJIT right here in Newark, which is so exciting. And so Juegos Social mobile app, what does it do? It is a platform that has 3 tiers. It connects individuals, residents, locals, visitors, fans directly to your business. So how many of you spend a lot of time on social media trying to get foot traffic through the door, get customers? Are you satisfied with that what that data presents to you with the foot traffic that actually comes through the door through social media? No. And it's because it's really difficult. You're competing against so many algorithms and so many other businesses. It's distracting for users. And the way I say it is, it's like a drop in the ocean. Every effort, while you have the best intention, unfortunately, is like a drop in the ocean. It goes out there, out to sea, gets melded in with the rest of the ocean, and you never know really what that impact is back to you. And so we wanted to address that directly. We wanted more direct marketing opportunities for small businesses to connect with people who want to find your businesses in the moment they need to find them. Right now, there's just too many options. And so how do they really directly connect with you? Okay, so in terms of like the advocacy, Gus and I think we've done probably at least 40 events along with Luis in trying to get the messaging out to those 10,000, 15,000 businesses. And this is just an example of some of the different types of events that we've done throughout the last 3 years. We did the Walk to Washington. We sponsored a train car. And we had, I'll show you Kelly Nacimiento, that's Pele's daughter, on there. But these are all of the different things that we were involved with pro bono to ensure that small businesses get a piece of the action. And as you can see here, even May 2025, we were here talking to business owners we were at the Standard on Wilson Ave. Okay. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is an example too of our commitment to community as well. We last year we found out that St. Benedict's Prep, and I don't know if any of you know this, but St. Benedict's Prep has the #1 varsity soccer team in the state of New Jersey. Not only that, guess what? It's a real moment to be proud, and this is something to definitely share with people. It's the #1 varsity team in the country. We should know that, right? Isn't that amazing? I mean, it's really amazing. And so we said we need to get this messaging out. We need to like promote these students. Like this is their future. This is going to be the legacy of these students, these soccer lovers, these soccer players that will go on to college and play for college teams and maybe go on professionally, which St. Benedict's Prep has produced professional soccer players. But anyway, we Telemundo came out and did a whole piece on them, and then we did the countdown to the World Cup at American Dream. We wound up having some of the players come and dribble and like engage with the small business owners and with the people that were attending. They met this artist, Dante Mortet, who does all of these. He for the Vatican. He actually does sculptures for the Vatican. So, I mean, it was like bringing the whole world to the hearts of these students, and that's what's like really important. That's Kelly Nacimiento. That's Pele's daughter. I don't know if any of you remember the Cosmos from way back when and when they used to play in New Jersey before they reinstituted, but that was a proud moment. We had her on the train card going down to walk to Washington, and it was car number 13. And let me tell you, it was impossible to get to car 13 because everybody wanted to meet her and tell her the stories that they had about either meeting with her dad, seeing him play, what it meant to them, what it brought back to their hearts in terms of that experience. And it was an experience of a lifetime, and that's why they were so touched by it. And so there's a lot here. There's a lot here that warms the soul, and I think that can really translate to the souls that we all have and the passion we all have in what we do in our businesses day in and day out. Okay, so World Cup is coming, 2026. It is going to be a catalytic summer. And why is it going to be catalytic? Because not only is it World Cup, where we're going to have 1.2 million visitors to the state of New Jersey and a $3 billion economic opportunity, but it's also our country's 250th anniversary. So those two things, and that happens smack in the middle of the games. And so, and I think most of the recognition of that time frame, while we all celebrate 4th of July, that's going to happen from what, July 3rd until to July 8th. So those are days that your promotions, you should be thinking now, how are you going to promote during those days? Because people are going to be looking to celebrate in major ways. Their family members will already be here for World Cup. Their family members will be in New Jersey to see all kinds of things that are happening here, including our historical monuments. So, and then obviously we have Juneteenth celebrations every year, but this year it's going to be a lot different because there's going to be a lot more people here to celebrate Juneteenth. And then, there's Pride Month as well, same thing. That's going to be so much bigger than it's ever been because there's going to be so many more people here looking for things to do and celebrating these occasions with us right here in New Jersey. Okay, another thing compounding all of your opportunity where you can really embrace this and prepare for it is that rectangle there. Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Atlanta, Miami. Those are all the places on the East Coast that games will be played. So what does that mean? That means that people who might have tickets for Boston games, what do you think? They're going to go watch a game in Boston, check out Boston, see the sights, see the history during 250th anniversary of our country. But they're going to say, well, we're already in Boston. We came to visit Boston, whether they come from California or wherever, another place in the world, Africa, Europe, wherever they're coming from, they're going to say, we got to go to New York. We're going to drive to New York. It's 3.5 hours away. Well, what does that mean? They're going to pass through New Jersey, and then they're going to check out New Jersey, and they're going to stay in New Jersey because if they have a friend or a family member, they're going to stay with that friend or family member. So that means more traffic for you, more opportunity for you. And if they can discover what you have available, whether it's your events or your promotions, especially for the people who are local who want to find things and show off their town or their state to their friends and family members, they're going to look for those opportunities that you're presenting. So think about all of that momentum. We often talk about the 1.2 million people coming to New Jersey for the games. But what about all the people going to all the games up and down the East Coast? They're gonna be here in New Jersey, especially knowing that the finals are gonna be here because they're gonna want to be around that energy. And Brazil is you know, this is their home state, and they're probably gonna make it at least to the semis. And I don't take any offense if anybody's a major, maybe they go to the finals, maybe they win the finals, but that means that Newark is going to be happening until the end of July, the games. So again, compound upon compounding opportunity for Newark businesses, for Essex County businesses, for New Jersey businesses. So definitely things to be thinking about sooner rather than later. And Gus will review a lot of things. Okay, so this is what you need to know. This is the really important information. So we have the World Cup Reference Guide, which we put together on behalf of this New Jersey Small Business Growth Council, which is an umbrella organization in the state of New Jersey that has all of the statewide chambers working together for your benefit. So, so we all came together and said, you know what? We can't wait around for the host committee to come up with a reference guide, which is the reference guide on the side. They're the official reference guide, because we kept asking for it. And it took about a year before we realized it's not happening. And it wasn't necessarily their fault, it's that they have to follow guidelines by the FIFA organization, and they needed to wait for clearance. But we didn't want to wait. We didn't want to wait for you. We wanted to make sure we came up with this reference guide. So we put it together. It's about a 13-page reference guide. It gets updated regularly, and it has all the ins and outs about what you need to know to prepare, things to like start thinking about. The Juego Social app, you can check that out and see what it's all about. I'll get a little bit more into it. That's going to lead you to the Apple Store, the Google Play Store, where the app resides. Now, the other reference guide, which is the official one from FIFA Host Committee, interestingly enough, we came up with ours. Vancouver, Canada's host committee, reaches out to us out of the blue and says, we're putting together our reference guide. We looked all high and low for one. Yours was the only one we found. Can we have special, authorization to utilize yours as part of our guide? And we said, absolutely. So they did, which then gave our New York, New Jersey host committee the opportunity then to point, oh, well, Vancouver did it. We'll do ours based on Vancouver. So again, full circle, everything back to home base. So it's a proud moment for us because we actually had, impact in that regard. But what's most important about that reference guide is that any kind of like trademark infringements, which you have to be, I can't even emphasize it enough, aware of, because you cannot create t-shirts that have FIFA on them. And there's well over 1,000 trademarks that they have. So it's really important to go to those guidelines and understand what you can and cannot do. And if you have any questions about what you can and cannot do, there's reference numbers that you can reach out to. And they're based in Newark, right at Gateway. So if you ever have a question, you can even just march on over there and ask them, like, what can I do? What can't I do? Watch parties, same thing in terms of streaming rights. What you can and can't do. If you have a catering hall and you have the capacity of over 1,000 and you're charging for it, You want to kind of understand what you can and cannot do because you do not want the FIFA organization knocking on your door for legal reasons. So it doesn't mean you can't do things. There's definitely ways to do things and to get involved and to have watch parties, but you just want to follow those guidelines. Okay, and this is just basic. I'm not going to go through the whole reference guide, but that was the point of today, is to get you ready. So we'll go over some of the broad strokes. So basically, what I do want to say is that, like, we put this together. So it was Unity of Bovade, Unity Chamber, the statewide Hispanic Chamber, the New Jersey Diverse Business Advisory Council, which has now been rebranded as the New Jersey Small Business Growth Council, and Juegos AI Lab. We put this together. And so this is the table of contents that you will see when you get into the PDF. So we cover a lot of different areas. And thinking about security, maybe your business is on a street that has 20 other businesses and they all want to do, or you all want to do something together. You got to think about the security because you just don't know how many people are going to come. And maybe you're planning 1,000, but then 5,000 show up. How are you going to manage all of those people? Especially if they're partying, especially if they're excited. You want to make sure that you're communicating not just with local police, the fire department. If it's a heat wave, what's going to happen if people don't feel well, if they're drinking alcohol perhaps. You want to know like all the ins and outs and plan around that. And this is what all of this body of work helps you do. Okay, so these are some of the categories that we can talk about. So pop-ups and local markets feature crafts, foods, and diverse products. Our diversity is our superpower in this city, in this county, and in this state. And so this is your time to show off. Like, show what you got and plan around it. And a lot of people are going to be looking for this. They're not going to want to go to a local chain to go have lunch. They're not going to want to shop at, a multinational brand. And I'm not going to name any names, but you know who they are. They want to come to New Jersey and they want to take something home with them or have an experience that they take home in their hearts of what you brought to them and what they can talk about when they go home, wherever home is. And if they're local, it's just a memorabilia or remembrance of that experience. You're actually creating that for people. Event-based marketing, World Cup themed promotions, discounts, viewing, local influencers. Getting ready all around this about like, what are your ideas around this? What can you offer that no one else offers? How can you tailor that in a way that it's aligned with World Cup? If you're a nail salon, do you have your soccer decals ready? Do you have the Brazil decals ready? Do you have the Morocco decals ready? You have to start planning. And don't forget, 250th anniversary. Do you have your USA flags ready, or the red, white, and blue colors? For Pride Month, do you have the rainbow colors ready? Like, thinking about this in advance and ordering in advance, waiting till the last minute is not going to be an option because things are going to sell out even on Amazon. So, got to think about that. Local influencers, and work with local influencers, but also work with your fellow businesses. You can even work with your competitors. If you're a nail salon, again, I'll just give that example. You can work with other nail salons and say, hey, let's pool our funds. You're across town, I'm over here. Let's buy in bulk. Let's split it up. You're gonna, there's enough to go around. It's not scarcity. Let's help each other, and let's do the right thing, and let's show off our city, our industry, our state, our county. Let people know how great their experience was in New Jersey, so they come back, and they come back with others. Okay, essential services and media. There's going to be requirements by these teams. Think about the teams, their family members, anybody who follows them, that diehard fans. All of those people are going to need these kinds of services, and the people you already service, if you're in the service business, there's going to be a higher demand for them. to being prepared to be a better provider to your current customers and thinking about that in advance is going to be something that's really going to help you shine, because your competition, who also helps your customers, they might not have thought about these things. Your customer's going to be very, very happy if you've sort of partnered in a very proactive, thoughtful way. Local merchandise and memorabilia. Again, custom apparel. I saw the hats before where, oh, there we go. Yes, yes. What was the brand again? That's your brand. That's your brand. But so like so in the case of these, would you mind coming up here for a moment? So in the case of this is a custom hat. This is a beautiful hats. Love them. Pink one's cool. So yeah, oh my gosh, thank you. So custom hat, obviously branding your brand. What is your brand?
Made in Newark Enterprise.
What is your first name again?
My name's Leon.
Leon. So this is Leon's brand, okay? And so what can Leon do to prepare to do this custom apparel? He can maybe put a soccer ball on the side. He could put, do you have one here? Okay, okay. Okay, so you're on it. You're on it. He's on it. Woo! Let's give him a round of applause. But think about it. Like if you're doing t-shirts, you're doing hats, you're doing other items, even if you're a coffee shop, order your coffee cups and put your brand on, which is already there, and a soccer ball, maybe, Newark 2026 World Cup. You can be creative. Maybe it's a unique part of artistry. Do you want to come up? Here, come up and talk to me about what you're doing. Just yes, please come up. I mean, if you're thinking this is why it's really important for us to act. First of all, we are a community, right? But sharing our ideas, because it's just going to stimulate ideation for each and every one of us. Okay, go ahead. Talk about
So
what you're doing.
it's what she was saying. Like we have like a magazine, and we shows all the products we can do for the World Cup. We are preparing like all contents and everything like for 2 months already, and we're gonna launch like in the next week. We're preparing the our showroom and on our print shop. So we have our mascot.
it.
We have our mascot, and then all the products. What what we can transform your location, like even it's a bar, even it's a hair salon, even it's a catering, and then we show like the products we can do for outdoors, and then the shirts, the apparels that he does, like we can do it, like we can customize, embroider, DTF, and everything is local. Everything we use, we move the economy even in Newark. That's what we're looking for.
What's
To
your name?
Felipe.
Felipe. Let's give a round of applause for
I'm
Felipe.
F Design Solutions.
Design Solutions.
F Design.
Design Solutions. Okay, oh, and here, Gus, I'm going to let Gus, so this is a great example here. Look at this. We were talking about our exhibition's cultural soccer themes. This is a rendition by an artist of the Pope, okay? Kicking a soccer ball. Yeah, and it makes us laugh and smile and be happy, and like we can think about so many things to do. The opportunities are limitless. We just want to make sure we stay within the confines, though, of not infringing upon trademarks. So just know about that. But this is a really good opportunity. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I think that was really great. Like, awesome with all these products. Okay, wellness and fitness. Is anybody in that industry here? Or yes? No? Okay. Okay. Well, if you have, if you do, what do you do in the wellness and fitness? Fantastic. Okay. So, this talks about services, but you also have services, and maybe, can you come up, please, and introduce yourself? Just tell us what you do, because I want to give like, these are the examples are really the most important for everybody to understand. So
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ana Rita de la Cruz, and I currently own a community health and wellness center on South 12th Street. Um, the purpose of the programs that we offer to the community is to self heal. We use holistic medicine to bring everything together. And a lot of times we have the tools we need right at home to relax us, to change our mind, our mindset. You know, we don't have to do very expensive things. So I teach the community on how to do breathing exercises, on how to do massage therapy. I'm also a massage therapist licensed in the state of New Jersey. And I also do colon hydrotherapy, which is the colon cleanse of the intestines for humans. And I also teach, I have a school as well. It's called Healing Touch Training Institute. So I'm here to share all my knowledge, 15 years of experience with my community.
awesome. Thank you. How about a round of applause? So in this specific case, let's think outside the box. Okay, I'm sorry, what was your first name again? Anna. So Anna, she is in this wellness industry. I'm sure you have a network of others that are in this industry. You can all partner together about what different services you provide and put a promotion out there. If you come to do X, then you can do Y with our partner. And thinking about that and creating these programs is really important, because think about it. We have visitors. We have visitors that are coming here from somewhere else, and they might need a facial. They might need to calm down. Maybe they have anxiety about being in crowds. A lot of people have anxiety about being in crowds. And so maybe they just need to touch base with somebody locally just to calm them down. Okay? And I know this is, I still, yeah. I know this is going to sound a little awkward, but the colon cleanse, I mean, it's a real thing. People get constipated when they travel, and maybe they don't feel well, and they want to feel well. Maybe they're going to look for your service. So how are they going to find you? It's going to be important for them to be able to find you, especially if they're local. Absolutely. 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 And by the way, not just like the pros, but the people that wanted in their own minds to be pros, they're all going to be encouraged to go out and play soccer, and maybe they haven't run around for a while, and now all of a sudden, oh, I didn't know, you know? So,
I forgot to mention I also massage therapy for infants and children,
oh, that's amazing.
and I work with children with
Disabled children and children's massage therapy. That's phenomenal. Okay, so communications and digital, content creation, podcasts, mobile apps to drive discovery. Does anyone here do podcasting? Okay, so, okay, excellent. So think about the podcast. Maybe have a podcast with Invest North businesses so you can get the messaging out about what is available to the community. And so anyone that listens to you locally knows where to send people when people ask them, oh, I'm coming into town, I'm coming from Florida, where do I go? Like, you can actually create some real meaningful content of what people are, you're going to solve pain points immediately. So that's another great idea. Obviously, mobile app, I'll talk about what we do, but I want to fast forward here. Local artist collaborations, collaborate soccer through art and engage the community. Obviously, we know how to engage community already because we're such advocates of community, but how are we really going to engage the visitors and the fans? So we need a plan and action to do that. Okay, civic and social responsibility, human trafficking awareness, safety, security, EMS. Like I said, it's going to be really hot this summer. So we want to be prepared so that even we know what happens if we have a brick and mortar and somebody passes out because it's so hot. Okay, what are we going to do? We're going to call 911, right? But what happens when everybody's calling 911 that day? So if we're doing an event, let's say a street fair or something, we should be aware of like how many ambulances we should have on site that day, knowing that it's going to be a 100-degree day. It's a 90-degree day, an 80-degree day. It all varies, right? But we should be prepared for X thousands of people that are coming or X hundreds of people. How many EMS ambulances should we have on site for that event? We should know that, so that, life and death is no joke, right? So we never expect those things, but this is the kind of time you need to be planning around those. And then human trafficking. There's an amazing human trafficking awareness program that we've been actively engaged in the awareness. And we've been talking to high school students. There's been an art competition. There was actually a competition to get tickets. There's someone, Mimi Feliciano, she runs the center, the Global Center on Human Trafficking at Montclair State University. And so they have been getting out the awareness in all of the local high schools. And actually they did a poster competition, and she invested in tickets, and so that whoever wins the poster competition can actually go to the games, which is pretty amazing. But just that awareness is really important too, because with major sporting events, this becomes a bigger issue, especially international ones. Okay. Yes. Here. The question so everyone can hear it.
Real quick, I know a lot of people will be looking for security. So security company H&R, security services, they have professional services too. They have body services, former police officers. So you know you're getting top-notch security. So if you can want to see me afterwards and we can have a discussion. Also, security, are there going to be job opportunities? I also represent the Urban League of Essex County. I am the director for the 55 plus, but I also run business development and reentry. So if there are jobs that are available, we can assist with that as well. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you. Round of applause. Security is very important. Okay, so the app. Let me tell you a little bit about this. So it's a Juego social mobile app. So that's on the Apple Store, Google Play Store. What's so important about this app and why I'm so proud of it? First of all, it was developed primarily by students at NJIT, our own students, which is so cool. But the app is really for residents, locals, visitors, fans, but it's integrated with the business platform, which is a web platform, and I'll show you what it looks like for Main Street and small businesses. So basically, you put your profile on there, you can put unlimited promotions on it, and you can put unlimited events. You can tailor them in 6 different languages that are conducive to World Cup, and all of those get pushed out onto the app. So you are discoverable. There's a map. People can find you. If I'm standing here and your business is around here in 2 miles, I can find you. And I can click on it, on your particular business. I'll be able to find out what your promotions are, and I can say, you know what, we're going there. I can even create an event with my loved ones to go to your place. So if you're an ice cream shop and I want to go with all my nieces and nephews to your ice cream shop, I can click on your ice cream shop, I can see what your promotions are, and I can create an event with all of my nieces, goes right to their phones, onto their calendars, and boom, we're showing up to your place. Yes, not on the mobile app. The mobile app is for the residents and the locals, but the web app is the platform for the businesses to register on. They're all combined, but where you enter your information as a business is a different platform than the mobile app, but it's connected. So everything you put on the mobile app goes right into the on the web app goes right into the mobile app for people to discover you. It's right. That's just so you can get a sense of what the app looks like. Okay, we're gonna have training session. If anybody's interested in learning how to use this on the business platform, we will be having a training session on April 8th, 9th, and 10th. So I'll give you my information before you all leave. I will invite you to the training session. By the way, there's a pilot period right now. It's free, and I'll tell you how much it costs and all the details. But I'm going to tell you right now because I really care about community and I have been an advocate. anyone who wants to register today and gives me their name today, you will get a year free on the app. Okay? I'm sorry? It's online training. Thank you for that point. It's online to make it very easy for everyone. Okay? All right. Okay, so, and the third part is that we also have the government platform. How many of us realize that our municipalities, they'd love to help us. They'd love to help our local economies, our Main Street economies. They would love, love, love to do that. We're all taxpayers. But we all know government is limited with their budgets, limited with their headcount. Newark probably has at least 2,000 businesses. How can even a team of 10 effectively, support economic development? And thank goodness for Invest Newark that sort of facilitates that, right? And so we want to help government help you. And so there's also a platform for government. So when they do concerts in the park, or walking to see the cherry blossom trees, and they want to partner with your businesses, it's so much easier because everything you put on the profile for your profile on the business platform, they'll be able to see, and they'll be able to reach out to you and connect with you and make sure that you're engaged in all of those different types of things that they're doing. So it's a full economic ecosystem. It's not just for users to discover you. It's not just for you to make sure that people engage with your businesses. It's also for government to try to help you succeed. So it's a full system. Okay, so all three innovations integrated for optimal communications, for hyper-local engagement, direct marketing, and economic growth. Okay. All right, so this is kind of like, gives you an idea. This is actually an older design we've just revamped. So what you're gonna see in the next few weeks is so much more phenomenal than what you're seeing here, but I just wanna give you an idea of what it looks like today. Actually, not today, yesterday it looked like this. Tomorrow it's gonna look even better. So we already have our UI. This is what the business platform looks like. This is exactly what you can do on it. You can create your events, you can put your promotions. It's whatever pictures you want to put. That's your banner. That's your logo. If you're Scoop Society Ice Cream in Montclair, you can see how many people are following you. And you will be able to put all of your promotions on and your events in detail. Different photos, whatever you want, even if you want to promote it in, let's say, English and Spanish or English and Arabic, like whatever those 6 languages are, you can promote in those languages. And then, so on the app, what you see is, okay, I'm standing here in Montclair, New Jersey. What are the businesses that have registered on the platform? Where can I find them? Oh, there's Scoop Society Ice Cream. If I click on that, I see, oh, there's the venue. I can see the events, the promotions, and the venues. But Scoop Society there, I click on it, and then what happens? I see what the event is. Fan Flavors Tasting Pop-Up. See? Fan Flavors. See how they're marketing like around fans, around World Cup? These are some of the small details that you should be thinking about in your promotions. Or if it's the brewery, Brew and View game night, watching one of the soccer games and what's going to happen. And you can create the event right there for your family or for your friends or for whomever you want to do it with. Okay, and then this is the government platform. So let's just say it's a fair at the park. It's very easy for the government to create their event, or if it's a 5K, or even if it's like the fire department that wants everybody to check their fire detectors and they're doing a training on a Saturday. It can easily go onto the platform and it gets pushed onto the app, which you can participate in as businesses as well, especially if it's like a concert in the park. Okay, and then what we throw in as part of that, especially for the municipalities, we've already met with 30 municipalities in the state of Maryland. We've met with 27 mayors there. Basically, what we do is we give them an e-publication where the mayor can send their message. This was to Mayor Mundell in Bloomfield, which is not too far away. An e-publication that has the cover, it's the welcome message, and guess what? Any single one of your businesses that registers on the platform, you also, with no cost to you, additional cost to you, you get to get a full page ad on the e-publication that they can send out to the entire city. So for the city of Newark, that would be Mayor Ross Baraka, his message, and any one of your businesses would be on this e-publication. No extra cost to you. And then what the feedback we heard from government is that, and municipalities, is that, you know what? We have a great website, but our website doesn't list all of our local businesses. We really need to get that done. We are getting that done for them. So your businesses will also be on an HTML web page template that we will give to them, because guess what? We can pull from that platform page that you put all your information in. So it'll be as correct as you give it to us. So it's all integrated. Okay. That gives you a sense of it. Okay, so now I get to pass the torch to Gus, and this is where the real fun begins. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share all of this information, and for everyone who volunteered their information.
Thank you. Alrighty, thank you, Elisa. So we have been doing this for 3 years. My name is Gus Penaranda, and by a show of hands, who here has been to a World Cup? Okay, who here has been to a Super Bowl? Okay, so if you've been to a Super Bowl, multiply that by 100, put 110 degrees, and then that's a World Cup. Because you are talking about, an enormous amount of people that are not leaving after a 3-day weekend. They're staying for 7 to 10 days, and they're going to travel up and down, or in this case, across country. And they're going to spend, because if you stay in a place for a weekend, you get a hotel room, room service. If you stay in a place from 7 to 10 days, everything that Elisa talked about, laundry, hair, medicine, shopping, food, you're going to have to spend money. So that's why you want to get your company's information out. You want to get people out there, and you want to promote. And I know a lot of people don't have a lot of money. Things are a little tough right now, but there are options like the grants that are being offered by Invest Newark through, I believe it's JP Morgan Chase. But there's also the EDA grants that are coming up. The $5 million that the governor put aside that you'll be able to apply if you want to do an event. But maybe you don't want to do an event. You just want to concentrate on your business. Well, there are opportunities. Oh, excuse me. No, it's okay. There are opportunities for you to display your businesses at different events, and that's what I'm going to go through. The information that I'm going to provide moving forward for these slides is actual confirmed events and opportunities for businesses. So the map that you're seeing right now, see where it says Jersey City? That's where the Fan Fest was. That's where they were expecting 50,000 people every single day for 39 days. That was canceled. So there is no more Fan Fest, because there used to be a circle when we used to talk about this for years that everybody was going to go there. And every small business wanted to get into that park to sell to 50,000 people for 39 days. So they're gone. So some people said, oh, I'm done. It's over. I'm not going to be able to make any business or whatever. But look what happened. If that's where it was, and I'd say about 40% of the people coming are going to stay in New York, so they'd cross the Hudson River, and the other 60% are coming from the country or whatever, they were going to go to that little corner. I lived there. It was going to be a nightmare. But they've moved everything west. So now you have Meadowlands Stadium. That's where the games are going to be played. Okay, right next to it you have American Dream. That's where they're going to have a lot of events connected to the World Cup, FIFA themselves. Then you have the Sports Illustrated arena or stadium now. They're going to have events there as well. And then you have Newark Airport, which some people do get the opportunity to help in transportation and hospitality, because they make arrangements with hotels. So if I had a taxi service and there's a hotel in Newark, I would be bringing people back and forth, because Ubers are going to be at premium prices. So, there's an opportunity if you have a good deal. So this means that people are going to have to go west now, which means, okay, it's more of New Jersey. Where else can I go? Because if you've been to MetLife Stadium, the one thing that there is nothing around, unless you go into American Dream, are restaurants. There is no Brazilian restaurant in American Dream. What are the 100,000 fans that are coming into New Jersey to watch Brazil play for a month if they're in the mood for home cooking? Where are they going to go? Well, I say Newark, but that's all right. But so that's the whole idea. So so now that everything is moving west, you know, that now Newark has become literally the center of the World Cup. Don't let anyone tell you anything different. People are going to land in Newark. The Brazilian, Portuguese, Moroccan, Senegal, Haiti, all of those communities are going to come to Newark. Yes, they're all going to come to Newark because you can get to the stadium and you can get back here and eat and celebrate and do whatever you want. What does that mean? That means you want to keep them here and then you want them to call their friends that are staying in New York, paying $75 for a cup of rice and some potatoes and steak, which is my Peruvian dish called lomo saltado, when you can go on Ferry Street or downtown Newark and get it for $7.99 lunch hour. I mean, you know, and you get more to eat. That's the reality. MetLife Stadium, 87,000 people will be seated there. This is Lincoln Financial Field. And the reason that I talk about Philadelphia is, who's driven to Philadelphia from Newark? How long? Okay? So if I have tickets to Philadelphia, where else am I going to get tickets to? Right. And where do I got to drive through? Newark. So you see, you know, people laugh at me like 2 years ago when I talked about, you know, Newark's probably going to be the center. No, it won't. It's going to be New York. No, it's not. Because they're going to drive by, and what are they going to see? They're going to see Sports Illustrated Stadium. They're going to see the skyscrapers that have been built there, and they're going to realize Ironbound, downtown Newark, Prudential, NJ Pack. So people are going to look for, you know, something that they won't find in their home country. So this is some information that is solid. There will be absolutely no parking. So if you have tickets, you cannot park at MetLife Stadium unless you buy a hospitality package, which is $30,000 to $3 million. If you do have tickets and you're going to go to MetLife Stadium, you will not be able to get on the train from Secaucus Junction to the stadium unless you have the ticket for that day. So most of the parking lot is going to be turned into multiple bus stops. They'll have pickup regions all over the state, and then they'll take you there, and then they'll take you back. Most of the trains are only going to drop you off at Secaucus Junction, and that's it. They're just going to go in a loop. American Dream parking belongs to FIFA. 75% of the parking has now been acquired by FIFA, so FIFA has that parking, and they're connecting it to their hospitality packages. So if anybody was thinking, I'll sneak into American Dream and then walk over the bridges, no, they got that. They got that. Let's see, lot conversions, general parking, okay. But there will be an enormous mass transit effort. They're going to be able to move about 20,000 people on trains every hour from MetLife to Secaucus Junction. The buses will be running. They've already built the little stands for the parking lot, but most of the parking there'll be no parking for general ticket holders whatsoever at MetLife. They've made it clear. I told everybody that, yo, you're lying. No, there is no parking for general ticket holders. So about 80,000 people are not going to have a parking spot. What does that mean? So a lot of people in my community, you know, when they go to tailgate parties, they sell tamales, they sell skewers, they sell beverages. That's not going to happen. And if you try to cross Route 3 and do that, that's not going to, it's not going to work. I do not recommend it. So, American Dream Mall. This is what is confirmed happening at American Dream Mall. You have the Messi experience if you're a fan of Argentina or Messi or Miami. You have the Plaza de Football. I'll talk about that in a bit. The Adidas store, the FIFA activations, the trophies coming back. Right now it's in LA. My friend is standing next to it. He sent me a picture this morning. I yelled at him. But they're bringing the trophy back. Special appearances are going to have retired players. You know, New Jersey has a lot of retired players in professional soccer that played in World Cups for Team USA. Art exhibitions. So there will be 39 days of local art exhibitions on the third floor of American Dream. They're going to build movable walls, and artists will have the opportunity to display their works there, and they'll be able to sell too. It's not just going to be, you know, look and go. The World Cup Tour, so FIFA is going to be involved with a lot of different activations there. And then, of course, there are going to be viewing parties. They have a jumbo screen downstairs. Fox Sports will be running the matches in English. And then on the third floor, there'll be a screen running, hopefully, the matches in Spanish through Telemundo. So American Dream has become the defunct fan festival that was canceled in Jersey City. This is the place where over 1,000 small businesses will have the opportunity to sell and show or provide information about what they do. There is absolutely no other event in the state that is even coming close, because they're opening up the third floor to 1,170 vendors. That's the max that they can fit for the 39 days. So I'm going to get into more detail, but that's what American Dream is doing. Here's that project. It's called the Plaza de Football. So if you saw Channel 11 News or NJ12 or On New Jersey, you saw my face there, probably with the same suit. And basically, beginning June 11th until July 19th, I'll get out of your way, American Dream is creating the Plaza de Football on the third floor in Court A. If you've been to American Dream, it's right outside the Harana restaurant or Beast Burger. They're going to fit 30 booths, a stage, and an 8 by 14 foot screen. Businesses will be able to rent the booths like if you were renting in a farmer's market or if you were renting in a street fair or a carnival. You can rent up to 3 days. The fee, I guess, will start for one booth at $350 for the whole day. It is estimated between 60 and 100,000 people are going to walk through American Dream every day. On the 8 days when there is a game across 500 yards across from American Dream, the stadium is there, they're expecting almost 125,000. But the stadium only holds 87,000. So where are the other people going to go in the middle of summer? Where can I find a place that has central air conditioning, clean bathrooms? I'm going to go to American Dream, because the games will be on every screen in every restaurant, in the plaza, down in the main floor. So this is one of the biggest opportunities for small businesses. No, it is for everything. Retail, services, municipalities, schools. Food and beverage will be allowed, but because they have contracts with the restaurants there are some restrictions. Everything has to be grab and go. So if you want to make, food from a country that's coming, it has to be grab and go. No, well, it's only 6 feet or 12 feet, so one table or two tables. So you get the tables are there, you don't have to bring it, and you get 2 chairs or you get 4 chairs and 2 tables. It's, I believe there's a map, you'll see what it looks like. And what it is on the 31 days when there's absolutely no game at MetLife, the cost is $350 and $600. $350 for one, $600 for two. Those 8 days, because you're going to have 100,000 people. Last year when they had FIFA Club and Argentina was there and Colombia was there were 100,000 people. So they're gonna cram. So those are $800 for one, $1,600 for two. It's 12 hours. Your logos will be on the screen on the third floor. You get access to the app that Elisa was talking about. And then there's going to be contests that American Dream will be awarding for the best visual booth, for the most popular booth, and so forth. Depending on the sponsors that are coming in, we are talking to some sponsors that want to, support local business, so they may do a spotlight on you, like Comcast or Telemundo. But we'll know more about that when we get into April. April 16th is when registration opens up, and it is first come, first serve. First come, first serve. April 16th is when registration opens up. This is where the stage will be. This is the third floor. There's the restaurant that I told you, Harana. So the stage will be on this area here, facing that wall, because 2 stories down is the other stage with the bigger screen. So we don't want the noise to cancel each other out. And then you see that bright section in the back? That's actually a very long hallway going to Nickelodeon, to the amusement park at American Dream. That is where the village is going to go and then wrap around and end at the Hall of Fame. So it'll look something like this on the right. I have a better diagram, but I just got it this morning. But this is basically what it's going to look like. So you can either rent one booth or two, and everything starts when it opens up from 10 to 10, 12 hours, and it's like a business. So if you invest $350, and you're only there one day out of the 39 days, you can give information to people that are there, say, come to Newark, because that's where if you like this grab-and-go sandwich or treat, my restaurant is here in Newark. Or thanks for coming to my booth, here's a coupon, come to my place in Newark. Yes? Right, so you can do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday, and then another Thursday, and then 3 days max, yeah, because per business, because we have to give. The whole idea is we have to give as many as we can. So the maximum is 1,170 businesses. But if a business takes 3 days, that's fine. But if every business takes 3 days, it's going to make it like 600 or 700 businesses, which is fine. But we figured if we cut it at 3 days, will work. American Dream has said that if it sells out, meaning if all of the spaces sell out before the end of April, they're going to give us another wing, but it'll be a little bit further away, just to give more businesses the opportunity. But the maximum amount, if everybody takes one, is 1,170. If everyone takes two, it's about half of that. So we will be sending it to Invest Newark. We will be posting on it everywhere. You can go to diversechambers.com. You can go to Juegos app. If you get the app, you can go to elvolvernj.org, and it'll be there, and it'll be in the news. We're going to have a press conference on April 16th right outside that restaurant that I just showed before, and we'll actually show on a big screen the site going live. And then you can register there. You will register. You'll get confirmation, and then you will have to wait for a response, and the response will have the link for whatever booths you're going to pay for. The reason that there's a lag in between is because American Dream has to abide by the rules of all the vendors that it currently has, so they just need to make sure that you're not coming in and selling something that's inappropriate. Unfortunately, there are rules. But mostly everything, shirts, T-shirts, cards. If you're selling, a tour, hiking trail, whatever it is that you have, nail salons, if you want to paint nails, give an exhibition on painting nails, soccer teams, all that stuff's available. There's also individual day events, and one is coming to Newark, and it's called Flag Cities. The link to the website is right there. These are 5-hour events that are going to happen during the game time. So when a match is going on, they're going to have these Flag City activations. So in our reference guide, all of the dates are listed with the location of where the Flag City is. So one is in Jersey City, one is in Newark, and I believe Newark is June 13th. But June 13th is when Brazil plays Morocco, so I'll be on Ferry Street. So, but you can go to the Flag City. But as a business, it's an opportunity for you to become a vendor at the business. So you see, Plaza de Football, opportunity for businesses. Flag Cities, opportunity for businesses. Even if you do one day, the whole idea is to let people that you will never see, especially large numbers of people, where you are, and if you like what you purchased or what you tasted or you need a service that we offer, here's my address, come and visit. Before, Elisa was showing you, and some of you guys had some hats and stuff. So these are actual items, except for Coca-Cola, that were done by local businesses in New Jersey. This was done for Veritage Brewing Beer in Bloomfield. The artist who did that was the artist who did the poster for the New York, New Jersey World Cup. His name is Rich Chu, and they just went on social media. This is what Elisa was talking about. You never know. Oh, that's the guy's name? Hey, I own a beer company. He replied. He invited him over. They did a little get-together, and he designed a new IPA label which is now what? A collectible. What do people come when they come to a World Cup? They come for collectibles. I'm not kidding. They want to take something back that isn't going to break, that's durable, and that reminds them that they were at the World Cup in New Jersey in 2026. That box on the left, that's another company in Bloomfield, and it's filled with snacks. So he's going to fill those boxes with snacks of the countries that are playing in New Jersey. And then he's going to take them to, vendor opportunities and sell them. And then the most popular thing, which, everybody does, is the scarf. Now, that's a scarf that's being created by a local bank, but you can do a scarf for your business. Hey, if you hire me, you get a scarf. Hey, if you bring a family of 4 to my restaurant, you get a scarf or a soccer ball. People will actually follow you and find you if you have something that they feel is a collectible that they want to take with them, especially if it's branded to something they won't find in Europe or South America or Asia or Africa. Now, there's only 76 days left until the World Cup begins. That's June 11th when it begins. So you have to realize the whole supply and demand thing. If you're going to do something, you want to get your orders in rather quickly. If you want to do an outdoor event, Invest Newark was part of a Zoom call, and the city of Newark was present. It takes 60 days to get an outdoor permit. So remember, 76 days until it begins. If you're in Newark and you want to do an outdoor event and sell your merchandise or services, 60 days to get the permit. So you got to keep all that in mind. This is an event that has been going on for 3 years, and last 2 years it's been at American Dream. It's called the Countdown to the World Cup. If anybody's been there, it's basically the biggest grassroots networking party we've ever done for the World Cup. There's videos, the host committee, Italian artists, everybody loves this event. Well, this year, 2 teams are coming, Brazil and Morocco. And where's everybody going to go? To see them, to hang out? Newark. So would it make sense for having this party back at American Dream in East Rutherford or to have it in Newark? Well, look where it's happening. It's happening at NJIT. So here, there's also going to be spaces for 30 vendors. It's $250 a table, and you can sell, and it's at the WEC Center at NJIT, which is not too far from here. There'll be music, there'll be different cultural representations, there'll be videos, and then at 10 o'clock, and we just found this out, there's going to be a New Year's Eve type toast. Do you want to know what country celebrates midnight when it's 10 p.m. in New Jersey? And this is true, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. So it's kind of fate that we're having it at NJIT. So this event, and this is the layout, so you'll see. So in between the yellow dots, the 4 yellow dots to the left and to the right of them, that's where tables are going to go for the vendors. Right. So this is the basketball court. The corners are main sponsors. There'll be meet and greets with the Cosmos. The players will be there. The owners will be there. We're going to try to bring some retired players. Rich Chu, the gentleman who did the poster, will be there as well. We're trying to make sure that the lieutenant governor, the mayor attend. So we're going to be announcing it as it goes along. But this is also a very local and great opportunity. We've had vendors at the last 2 years at American Dream, and they've all had a fun time, and they get their word out. The podcast Back 3 will be there, talking live during the event. So there's a lot of opportunity for businesses to be interviewed because we tell them, if you're going to be here at our event, talk to the businesses on your podcast. Get the word out. So this is live, and I'll send this to Invest Newark so they can send it out to everyone. This is already out there. You can buy tickets to the event, or if you want to sponsor. The vendor tables on Monday will go out because there's only 30 tables there in this event because it's a limited space. So as soon as we go out at 2:50, it's going to go quick. So that's why we waited until a week after we announced the main event. That's going to go out on Monday. Yes. Yes. Correct. You'll be able to, so when registration for the American Dream vendor opportunity happens, you'll go on the website, it'll give you all the information, and then you pick the date, and then you'll see a better map, and then whatever is available, you can pick the spot that you want to be located in, if it's available, and then that's it. You can pick no more than 3 for one day or 1 at a time. So if you do 3 Mondays in 3 weeks, that's it, that's 3. These are confirmed events. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Well, the highest booth price is $1,600, and that's for two 6-foot tables. It doesn't have to be one business for both. You can split it. The only requirements is you have to be a registered business in good standing in the state of New Jersey. And then the other information is your address and you know, whatever details, like what will you be selling, and you know, do you want, you know, we'll give you like the loading times, because you will be able to get and set up at American Dream without having a problem of traffic or parking. But if you have to replenish or whatever in the middle of the day, we cannot guarantee that you'll be able to get to American Dream. In mass transit, you can get it, but if you're going to try to do another delivery, you probably won't be able to. So we're now working on seeing if we can find storage space. So if you're going to be there more than one day, you can just store your products there as long as it's non-perishable. Yes. Including the final. MetLife is 500 not sorry, it's about 125 yards from the front door of American Dream. You basically just, it's from there to the other side of the street, pretty much. You cross over 120. So these, before I go through these are the confirmed events. These are all events. These are Flag City events. These are the countdown to the World Cup. And Atlantic City's having a beach viewing party. So these are all confirmed. So what I want to do is I always tell people, you know, because I don't hold back about, you know, the situation. The World Cup 8 years ago was held in Russia. The president at the time was Putin. Happens to be the president now. And a lot of people said that it's going to be a failure because it's in Russia. It was one of the most profitable World Cups to date. 4 years after that, they said we're going to go to Qatar. And everyone said it's not going to be profitable because it's a dictatorship, it's the Middle East, no one's going to go. They didn't serve alcohol in the stadiums. It became twice as profitable as Russia. We are going through some weird times, but the World Cup is still coming. People are canceling their flights and their hotel rooms. The people are still coming. Are they going to cancel the World Cup? No. People are still coming. So what are you saying, Gus? If 1 million people come instead of 1.3 million, I'm okay with that. So always be aware of what's going on. I understand it. But the thing is, though, this event, hundreds of millions of dollars have been invested by people we will never meet and companies we will never have to deal with. They are not going to cancel it. So the opportunity is coming. The customers are coming. Maybe a little less, but again, 1.3 versus 1, I'm good. So just be aware that, you know, don't be disillusioned. Invest what you want to invest, prepare what you feel you can prepare. But the thing is, though, this is a once in a generational thing. These events are confirmed. These are happening. The Flag Cities are one-day events. The American Dream is 39 straight days. The countdown to the World Cup at NJIT is one evening. And then there are going to be other events because Ferry Street is going to be ground zero for Newark because Brazil is playing June 13th. There is a good chance they're going to play to the 32 and the 16. That puts them at the 4th of July. So that means that they're going to be around for a good month. They are staying in Morris County. Someone already blurted out what hotel they're staying at. They're practicing at the Red Bulls Training Center. The other university is Stockton University in Galloway, New Jersey. That's right across from Atlantic City. I do not know what teams are staying there. And then Rutgers University in Piscataway is the other location. So if you have a business near Rutgers Piscataway, Stockton University Galloway, or the Red Bulls training station in Morris County, that's where the teams that are playing at MetLife and some in Philly will be staying. And Brazil is going to be here for a good month. So this is going to be a huge opportunity for this area. So are there any questions? Yes. Yes. So the next series in this program is about the streaming rights and the branding rights. But I also brought some simple examples. Right. This is FIFA merchandise. It says FIFA. It's branded. This is FIFA Club. This is the statue replica. You can't use anything. The other stuff is what businesses have already created, being creative. We already showed the artist who created the Pope, and then the shirt says, New Jersey welcomes you 2026. A soccer ball is not copyrighted by FIFA. They're trying, and I'm not lying, they're trying to copyright the name of the states and soccer balls, but they haven't, so we can still use that. You can do hats. They are selling FIFA official World Cup hats for $39.99 and $19.99, and they fall apart the moment you grab them. This is a well-made hat in multiple colors that people will buy. No FIFA, no trophy, no FIFA World Cup 2026, no combination. No, nothing. You need specific permission or $150 million. That is what all the sponsors paid for the right to use the image. But be creative. Welcome to Newark around a soccer ball with your business underneath. Or get a generic soccer ball.
You can't put like this.
Right. World Cup can be used, but you can't use 2026 or FIFA with World Cup.
What I just mentioned. So World Cup 2026.
You cannot. So they are also trying to get the license to those two words that you cannot use. And these you can look this up, and the next series in this event will explain, because you're going to have an attorney talking to you about these, what you can and cannot do. They are trying to get the licensing to those two words, to the name of the states, and they're going to have attorneys. They're based in Miami. They have hundreds of attorneys. They have the technology to go through the website. So if you think you're going to be sneaky and the World Cup ended July 19th and it's now November 17th, you're going to get a letter. The one thing that FIFA is very good at is claiming anybody that makes any money off of their brand, IP. Correct. Because they're going to have people on the ground. Remember, MetLife is in New Jersey. Where are the FIFA staff going to stay? In New Jersey. Most of them. Any other questions? Yes. Yes. So I don't know anything that's specific except for the fact that those are happening. The only thing I know for sure is that during another event, the authorities in Essex County said that Ferry Street will be closed for the June 13th because that's the day that Brazil plays Morocco. But yeah.
If there are any specific types of festivals that you're aware of that are definitive, please communicate them to us because we will put them in the reference guide, and we'll make sure that we communicate that these things are happening to the community that and the businesses that we're talking with.
Yeah, because we promote everyone. We're doing this because it's the right thing to do to support small businesses. June 6th. So yes, so June 6th. So who knows the Cosmos? So the Cosmos now are in their third life. They've been bought, they've been rebranded, and they had their opening match March 14th. They rebuilt the stadium in Patterson. They have a parking garage. They are a huge supporter, and everybody knows Pele. Well, Pele it was the person that gave the Cosmos their name with Beckenbauer and Carlos Alberto. And believe it or not, FIFA is spending millions of dollars promoting Pele because of the fact that that is actually how soccer started in the U.S. Not the sport, but the popularity. So there's going to be small stories and documentaries. All of this is going to come out beginning in late May and then go through the summer. So the Cosmos do have opportunities for vendors. You'd have to reach out to them because they have the park right outside the stadium, and that's where a lot of authorized vendors sell. So they're going to also have viewing parties. And the viewing parties, especially in stadiums or parks, need vendors. They need vendors for food, for drink, for transportation, for cleanup, for security. So that's why we put all of the events in our reference guide so you can see which one you may want to contact and see if it will work for you. But yes, the Cosmos are doing, I think, 3 viewing parties. And then if you want to be a vendor, you can reach out to them because they have the park outside the stadium. Any other questions? The dates and the name of the events, the only links that we have are the ones to the flag cities. That link is there. The plaza, that won't be live until April 16th. The countdown to the World Cup, that will be launched on Monday, and I'll send the link over to Invest Newark. And I know the price for that. That's $250 a table for the whole event. And then you get all the online marketing and everything that goes with it. NJIT is the host. So, we know we'll be able to get some good visibility from them as well. Artists, remember, there will be opportunities for artists. That's not my project, but at American Dream on the 3rd floor for 39 straight days, they'll be able to display and do exhibits of their work. So it'd be nice to have Newark artists at American Dream as well. Because remember, everything that you do there, if there's 100,000 people, just give them information and have them come back to Newark. Yes? That will be on the American Dream website. So they're finalizing. I do know that they're finalizing the format, and then they're going to send out, I guess, whatever artists will apply. And I don't know if there's a fee, but I do know it's on the 3rd floor, and it's 39 days. Yes. Correct. So Invest Newark has our email, and then because the reference guide that Elisa spoke about is online, and it has been downloaded over 11,000 times, we update it, and then we blast it out so people know that it's been an update. So if you scanned that right now, you would get the updated version, meaning the last update was 3 days ago. We updated some information about bartenders, just so you know. Because of human trafficking, bartenders, professional bartenders, when a special drink is ordered, it's code for I need an escort or please call the authorities. So that's the last update because we got that from the FBI Newark, of which I'm a graduate of the FBI Citizens Academy in Newark. So yes, so that's some of the information, artist information, information on branding, what we talked about, the links from the official toolkit so you can find out about streaming rights. So all of that's in there, and it's free. Any other questions? Most of all, just have fun. It's going to be a long summer. The 4th of July, what we forgot to mention, there's going to be 60 ships on the Hudson River. Now, because FIFA was going to have the Fan Fest, none of the ships are going to be on the Jersey side. They're all going to be in Brooklyn, New York. but they're going to be open from July 3rd through July 8th so people can go and tour. So you may want to, if you have a transportation company, call Sail 250. They're online, SAIL 250, and then find out, if there is a place that you can take guests and then pick them up and bring them back. 60 mass ships, beautiful ships from from countries all over the world, and they all come in, and then over 100 military ships, all of which will be open for touring. Thank you very much.
Wow. I have to say this has been one of the most amazing presentations that I have seen about the World Cup. I want to thanks again Elisa Charters and of course Gus Perananda for your time and expertise today, but also for sharing your passion about this, not only about the World Cup, but also about supporting our local businesses. Guys, please give them again one round of applause. Thank you. I also want to thank our host, El Criollo. They have always been amazing with us. Thank you, guys. And last but not least, our amazing partners, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and their amazing team, Danilo, Luis, Erica, and Catalina, for making this possible. Thank you guys for your hard work. Truly appreciate it. I feel like after today, we can all agree that the 2026 World Cup is not only a global sporting event, but also a powerful opportunity for local businesses to grow and connect, to stay informed. So if you're continuing staying informed and planning ahead, you're going to allow your businesses to take advantage of this opportunity and being part of the economic momentum that the 2026 World Cup is going to bring to Newark. So guys, please continue on staying informed and connect with among yourself and just plan ahead. Please do that because the time is now. It's not tomorrow. It's not going to be in a year. It's right now because time is flying. So you have to do it now. And with that, I want to make sure that you today take the time to complete our survey. And I'm asking this favor of you. My colleague here, Daniel, is going to be passing around the QR code, mainly because by you sharing your feedback, you're going to allow us to really understand what we did well today, but also how we can best serve you in future events. So please, we're going to allow 5 minutes for you guys to complete the QR code. Yes?
And I just wanted to remind everyone, if you wanted to attend the training program about our software and how you can get on the business platform, please come see me and I'll give you more information. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Lisa. I don't recall, do we have your contact information in the presentation? We don't? Okay. The QR code. How- Okay.
Not everyone might be on LinkedIn, so
Got it.
maybe you can distribute it
Yeah.
separately.
Okay, guys, so also we're going to be sending a recap email and make sure that I'm going to be including Elisa and Gus contact information in there. Beautiful. You all have a copy of the QR code. Truly greatly appreciate it if you're able to complete that. And as part of staying informed, please remember that we're going to be having 2 more sessions. Like my colleague said before, the next one is going to be on April 14 at 9:30 a.m. It's going to be here at El Criollo. It's going to be about workup legal guidance. And the last one, but not least, is going to be about social media marketing, of course, on April 16 here at El Criollo. And it's going to be at 3 p.m. So make sure that you're also registered for those. And last but not least, I don't know about you, but I do like grants, right? We also have a grant opportunity. You're going to be able to get up to $5,000. So if you haven't done so, please complete the grant application. It's going to be closing on April 20th. So you still have some time, but I do have to say we have been receiving a lot of applications. So the sooner that you do it, the better it's going to be, okay? Thank you so much, guys, and have a great weekend.